all of the guns in this game will change and evolve over time, just like your player character.
So this is a game where you can really find a weapon that you love and just sort of lavish attention on it and upgrade it and just enhance it, but find others too. It's not just sort of like, oh, here's your pistol, your shotgun, your sniper rifle, and a plasma rifle. I mean, how big is the arsenal we're looking at here? I know you guys are early in development.
We are pretty early in development, but the arsenal in this game will be bigger than anything that we've ever released to the public before. And the infinite combinations of that arsenal will mean that everybody gets their own gun. You know, and they'll have a relationship with that weapon. It'll be tuned exactly the way they want to use it. It'll enable them to fight exactly the way they want to fight. And it's really something that you're going to have a very hard time getting tired of. And if you lavish all of your love on one weapon, you're really depriving yourself of a lot of fun, because there's a lot of great stuff out there.
Now, speaking of fighting the way that you want to fight, we saw all 3 classes in the game demonstrated here today. Give me a quick rundown of how they differ from one another and the types of play styles you're going to see with these characters.
Sure. Well, specific to the demo, we had the Titan, big, heavy, armored. You know, he's got that space magic smash that Josh is so happy to demonstrate all the time. You got the Hunter, a little more stealthy, you know, a little bit more of a gunslinger character. You know, he's got the gun with the special, like Traveler's Light that infuses it and takes down your enemies in one shot. And then you've got the Warlock. It's more like more like a space magic, like wizard. And he's, like hurling a piece of the sun at his enemies, and big purple explosions. They're all really fun characters to play with, and each one will sort of reach out to players for different reasons, depending on their personalities or how they've liked to play games in the past. So we're trying to be very inclusive with people that like games for different reasons.
That's awesome. Another thing I noticed in the game is it started much more intimate. It was just 2 players doing sort of co-op, exploring this awesome place, had a great lighting, great effects, just very intimate, kind of more intimate fight. And then it entered into what I believe you guys are referring to as like a public event.
Absolutely.
And then we saw these other players piling in. It turned into this massive sort of crowd control situation. Tell me about how that's going to work in the final game.
Well, what we're creating with Destiny is a living social world where the game will take place. This is a place that you'll want to visit again and again. And the public event is really the pinnacle of that experience. So you can play through Destiny all by yourself, and you can experience the story, and you can unlock those secrets. Or you can invite friends of yours to be on your fire team, which is what we saw at the beginning. And as that fire team comes together, you have allies to help you overcome those obstacles. Some of those obstacles will be so big that that living, persistent world will rally around them to overcome those obstacles and to defeat those enemies, and then the rewards just come pouring out all over the ground.
Oh, rewards pouring out all over the ground. That's what I want to hear. So, running on PS4, I mean, how are you guys at Bungie, how are you tapping into the sort of the power of PS4? I know you're not necessarily an engineer, but I mean, just clearly some new tricks up your sleeve when you've got new hardware. I mean, I think we're seeing it on screen, but just talk a little bit about the kinds of things maybe that you can do now that you haven't been able to.
Well, Destiny is being built with a brand new engine. It's built from the ground up to let us optimize this experience no matter what platform we ship it on. So somebody who plays this game on the PlayStation 4 is going to get an amazing experience. It's going to take advantage of all the new bells and whistles that you're plugging into that box. However, we're still shipping it on the PS3. It's still going to be a great game.
Yeah.
We're going to try to deliver a Destiny experience that is good no matter how you choose to play it.
Great, outstanding. So I think we're just about out of time, but I would say out of that demo, we've seen it a couple times now. What's your favorite moment?
Oh God, I think my favorite moment is when he first gets that heavy machine gun and just enjoys loading it, and just there's just the weapon effects and the sounds, and then he just gets out there, perches up on the ridge, and just mowing everybody down as the fire team comes together. The great thing about the game is it enables people to play in so many different ways. You can be out in the front lines duking it out, or you can just be sort of like the support person up on the ridge just laying down covering fire.
All right, well, DeeJ from Bungie, thanks so much for joining us. Now we're going to check out the trailer.